It's all right. I already know everything, and it doesn't make any difference.
What are you talking about?
You were probably very young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What?
No apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town a short while, and a sadder but wiser girl for me.
Will you please make your selection and leave?
Oh, I have.
Well, what do you want to take out?
The librarian.
Quiet, please.
The librarian. You're not listening, Marion. Look. Marion. Marbles. 6 Steelies, 8 Aggies, a dozen Peewees, and 1 big glassy with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop it.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hose brigademan had to whisper the news to Marian. Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to make it clear? I love you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumbled and I busted my whatchamacallit, I could lie on your floor unnoticed till my body had turned to carrion. Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man could sing it. In the moonlight, and a fellow would know that his darling had heard every word of his song with the moonlight helping along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause I can never win, for the civilized world accepts as unforgivable sin any talking out loud with any librarian such as Marian. Madam Librarian. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause I can never win, for the civilized world accepts as unforgivable sin any talking out loud with any librarian such as Mary. The Ladies' Dance Committee meets Tuesday nights. Madam Librarian. Marshmallow? Well, Tommy, we've had a pretty good morning. 11 sales out of 12 tries. Tell you what, it's about noon. You better go home and get some dinner. I'll try a couple by myself.
All right, goodbye, Professor.
Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute here. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license.
Why no, Mayor Shin. You see, I collect doorknobs. This particular specimen has an unusual quality that...
Diversion will not avail you. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. Why haven't you been down to City Hall with your references?
Just missed you, Mr. Mayor. Oh, no.
What? What?
Why, that spread of the little finger. It's hereditary.
Oh, it is? What does that mean?
It means that, well, that your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate a spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good? Why, it means that America has at last produced an artist who can flugel the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
How can I get one of those horns?
Sign here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 import fee.
Yes, sir. Just think I could have missed this. Wait a second. I haven't got any son. You unscrupulous fly-by-night. You unscrupulous. No, you be down to City Hall with your papers by 3 o'clock.
Is that this afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Peru, do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Well, if your boy has that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, by George. Not that he could ever be really great, you understand, but...
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mendez, oh, Clyde...
But Professor, we are Irish!
No. No, really? That clinches it. Sign here, Mrs. Prue. Your boy was born to play the cornet. Fine, fine. Now that'll be $7 earnest fee. Thank you. And of course I'll need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
His uniform?
Hello there, son. Why, certainly his uniform. That leaves him 4 weeks to anticipate, to imagine, at no cost whatever. Never allow the demands of today to interfere with the pleasures and excitements of tomorrow.
Would it have
A stripe? Why, certainly, my boy. A wide red stripe on each side. Now, what do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can barely get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. And if you can get him to play in the band, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. Well, if anyone could do it, I bet you can. Out of the crowd, I'd pick you for a pod-carrying, clay-pipe smoking, shamrock wearing, harp playing, Mavarine pinching, Terrace Hall, minstrel singing Irishman. It'd be going to Jeevers. Where are you from, me boy?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it. Where'd you say?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Oh, was she now?
How to do, Miss Peru?
How to do, Mr. Hill?
Of course. Peru. I thought the name sounded familiar. I've tried to see you since
He was a Winthrop in the band.
We're not interested, Mama.
Marion, the boy might have his father's musical gift. He's got my jaw, you know.
Oh, your husband musical? I'd like to have a talk with him
Do
if
you
I could.
burst in onto everyone's home like this? Prying into personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marion!
Well, That's 1 for and 1 against. Now why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
I'm sorry, but you see, that's all the more reason why he needs something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away from him. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years. As to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks? Miss Peru, I hardly think that my line of work could be with... Oh, I get the feeling she likes the idea. A little cautious, perhaps, but I admire that in a woman. You just keep me alive, and I'll be back later in the week.
Just a moment, Professor Hill. About the boy's measurements. I make all his own clothes. Sleeve 18, waist 12, leg 14.
That's all I need. Now I really must get back to the hotel.
Professor, I do hope you'll excuse Marion. I mean, she's not really like this most of the time. It's just with Winthrop and everything's been going on.
Of course, Mrs. Peru, I understand. I'm sure that at heart, she is as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Peru.
Has he gone?
He has. And I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever think of your future? Gary, Indiana, conservation class of 5. Now, darling.
Now, Mama! Surely a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing traveling man that comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, darling, all right. I'm just saying that it's a well-known principle that if you keep your flint in one drawer and your steel in another, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop, I know you're there. Please go down to the library and ask Miss Grubb for the book I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's the large brown volume.
Do I have to?
Yes. You won't have to say a thing. I've written it all down for you. Thank you, dear.
And what are you up to? What are you needing books for at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal may help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Well, I give up. At your age, if you don't mind my asking, what kind of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Griner, who backs me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library.
Oh, he does he?
Or Ed Gamage, and that buggy of his with the removable back seat. But I'm not waiting for a knight in shining white armor either.